y'all, it's your girl Ashley here for the weekly edition of Ashley's Hot Takes. It's lit. Travis Scott ad-lib. But usually Hot Takes goes down on a Tuesday, but I was so excited, I'm bringing it to you Monday. Let's jump right in. Thursday night, Ravens taking on the Bengals. My biggest takeaway for the Bengals were I thought they did a really nice job managing the clock. Joe Mixon looked good. Unfortunately, he went down, got his surgery. He's only going to be out probably 2 to 3 weeks, so that's a good sign if you're a Bengals fan. The Ravens, it's very clear they plan on using Lamar Jackson as an offensive weapon and getting him reps in this offense. Now, some of the announcers were saying during the broadcast, if I was Joe Flacco, I'd have a problem with this. Well, if Joe Flacco played better, they would have never drafted Lamar. I'm sorry, but 32-55 is not that impressive to me when I have a young playmaker in the wings that can do the dang thing. Sidebar, I do put some culpability on the defense. There were 2 fourth down opportunities to get stops. They didn't get them. Momentum killers. If I'm being completely honest, I'm still not 100% sold on this Bengals team. I know they're 2-0, but it is still relatively early in the season, and I haven't seen them defeat great competition yet, so my jury is still out on if the Bengals are that good. Let's head over to probably one of the best divisions in football, the NFC South. Falcons taking on the Panthers. Falcons looking to redeem themselves after that Week 1 loss against the Super Bowl champs, and they did. Running game looked great for the Falcons, and Matty Ice was doing his thing. He was running, he was throwing. Tevin Coleman had a great day, 107 yards. I think rushing, they had 170 total. So it was a great balanced day on offense. Shifting to the Panthers, not balance. And I know last week I said balance is key for this Panthers offense. When you overload Cam and you make him be not only this great passer, but your top rusher, that's not enough balance. This is why you drafted Christian McCaffrey. Now, he caught a lot of balls out of the backfield, but I would prefer he play a little bit more true to the position. Now, yes, is he making these calls? No, these are all from the offensive coordinator. So we understand all that, but Carolina does not need to be that predictable on offense, and right now is pretty predictable. Game Colts versus Redskins. I thought that Andrew Luck is starting to look way more comfortable in the pocket. Even throwing 2 picks, you can see that he's starting to get a little bit more acclimated back there, which is going to be good. I don't expect much out of the Colts. This to me is a recalibration year for the Colts, which is not always a bad thing. You know, when somebody spends that much time away from the game, it's not just going to come back like that. But shout out though, T.Y. Hilton, he had a great game, 7 catches, 83 yards, still getting it done. Going to the Redskins, they weren't able to carry over the Week 1 momentum into this game. Alex Smith, he didn't really look that in rhythm. The rushing game wasn't there, but I am not willing to rule them out. I want to see how they bounce back next week against the Packers, so I'm going to be looking out for that. Okay, Texans, Titans, Deshaun Watson, kind of shaky Week 1. It was against the Patriots. Most people look real shaky against the Patriots. Week 2, this is my thing with the NFL and development. We don't allow players the proper time to develop anymore. If somebody shows flashes in their first season or the first couple games, boom, they're a superstar. Let's hold the horses. And it's good and bad because you elevate these people to such a high level. So when they don't perform at this high level, people start questioning, are they that good? Have they fallen off? No, it's growing pains. This guy's in his 2nd year in the league. He's gonna make some mistakes. It's just going to happen. Don't get me wrong. I totally think they mismanaged the last play. You have 17 seconds left. You got to either go out of bounds or you got to get down to where you can spike it and try for a field goal, something. But those are things that come with learning and growing. On the Titans side of the ball, I'm happy for Coach Vrabel getting his first win. Shout out to him. My concern is Blaine Gabbert. We know what Blaine is at this point. Marcus is this team's best chance of doing anything this season, so I hope he can come back soon. All right, Eagles, Bucks. Who would have thought that the real QB controversy was not going to be between Wentz and Foles, but between Jameis and Fitzpatrick? Fitz is balling his A off. Dad always told me this when I was growing up, and it's always stuck to me even to this day. Great athletes rise to the occasion. Ryan Fitzpatrick has not only risen to the occasion, he has superseded it. He has this team looking amazing. We have not seen this type of production from Deshaun Jackson in a minute, and I'm not putting that all on Deshaun Jackson. The way that Ryan has revitalized and just energized this offense, he is spreading the wealth to everybody. Everybody getting a pass. At this point, if you're the Buccaneers organization, it would be foolish to put Jameis back in there at this time, because when a team is going on a run like this, you gotta let it run out. And Jameis obviously is your quarterback of the future, but right now it's the Ryan Fitzpatrick show. Or should I say Swaggy Fitz? Yes, we all saw the post game, and I love it. And to me, it wasn't too much, because moments like this, you don't know how often they come around. So you got to seize the moment, opportunity. For all you Winnsylvania, once in a lifetime fans, I think you should actually be happy in this loss, because it just sealed there's going to be no real quarterback controversy. When Wentz is ready, he'll be your starting QB. I'm not too worried about Philly. I think Tampa's on a run right now, and that's what I'm chalking it up to. Dolphins taking on the Jets. Sam Darnold looked like a rookie QB. It's not a horrible thing. Tom Brady wasn't always Tom Brady. He had to grow to be the GOAT. Maybe he came out as a GOAT, though. I digress. Anyway, Jets, I don't really have high expectations for them, so I'm not overly disappointed with them struggling. The Dolphins, however, I'm kind of in the same feeling I have with the Bengals. I'm not sure if this is for real, or this is just early season magic, so I'm waiting to see. It's so funny, because I just went on this whole thing about young player expectations, but I'm willing to go all in on Pat Mahomes right now. Let's go Chiefs taking on the Steelers. He had a great week 1. How would he do in week 2? You know, just light work. 23 for 28, over 300 yards, 6 TDs, most TDs to lead anybody in the first 2 weeks of the regular season. No big deal. Big freaking deal. He's good. That offense is a juggernaut. They have the running game. They have the receiver. My biggest question is, how will that defense do when they don't put up such high octane numbers on offense? Will they be able to hold teams? Steelers were able to come back in this game, but let's just keep it a buck. With Le'Veon Bell out, they had 33 yards total, and Ben had 9 of those. Yes, he had 452 yards, but he also had 60 attempts. So let's be clear on that. He's overthrowing Antonio, and the lack of Le'Veon Bell is very obvious in this offense, and this impasse on both sides is affecting the team dynamic. I personally just want a resolution for both parties. If you don't want him, move on. And it's obvious this bridge is pretty burned. So swallow your pride, trade him, get something, and let's all move on, because I don't want to talk about this every week. Okay. In this week's episode of As the NFL World Turns, in a shocking set of events, Vontae Davis, he didn't drop the mic and say he's retiring before the game, after the game. He said at halftime, I'm out this thing. Deuces. I've had the past 24 hours trying to really analyze this, and at first I was like, this is messed up. Why would you do that to your team? Then I read his letter and I said, okay, maybe this is a personal decision, but why just leave? Why not? Okay, if you don't want to play, why not be on the bench? Why not be on the bench and ride it out with your guys one last time? And I feel very internally conflicted about this, because on the one side, I think it's a horrible teammate move, but on the other side, when you're done, I kind of respect him being honest. It didn't help that the Bills were not doing great, and the optics of that just make the whole situation look even worse. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to respect this decision. That's all you can do. But as for the game itself, the Bills, and they thought Tyrod was the problem, really just don't have words. It all looks a mess. I feel like eventually they'll figure some things out, but as for right now, it's not looking pretty. As for the Chargers, even as bad as the Bills looked, I was worried the Chargers were going to lose. We'll put a little respect on the Chargers. I thought Melvin Gordon had a good game. 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 through the air. Philly Riv, he was doing his thing. The Chargers, they just get my hopes up, and I just don't want to be let down. Speaking of heartbreaking losses, I guess this would qualify as a loss because there were no winners. Vikings taking on the Packers. Can I just say, I hate ties. I wish they played it like college football and would just play it out until somebody wins the game. I'm just saying. Let's start with a controversial play that led to this tie. Now the new rule is if you put your full body weight on a quarterback, that is considered roughing the passer. So Clay Matthews put his full body weight on one Kirk Cousins. The irony in all of this is that this play mostly exists because Aaron Rodgers got hurt last year when said player, Anthony Barr, put his body weight on him, even though Aaron Rodgers had given himself up as a runner. But hey, y'all want to protect the quarterback? Y'all want to protect the quarterback at all costs, so these are the type of penalties and plays that are going to be called. It is so ridiculous to me, and I say this again, how many rules there are in place to protect the quarterback. You can't even be a defensive player anymore. What fully caused the tie, it was the kicking, but plays like that are momentum shifts, and after that, they went down, they scored, they got the 2-point conversion, now we're in OT. So I don't like it. Speaking of being let down, Cleveland, this is for you. I don't know how real Cleveland fans do it, how y'all have lasted this long, because I have been rooting for y'all for 2 weeks, and my heart is broken. After Tyrod hit Antonio Callaway for the 47-yard touchdown, on 4th down, mind you, to go up 18-18, I said, this is it. This is the moment. This is when they make their breakthrough. No, that's not. I hate to do this to you, Zane, but I got to do it. Zane Gonzalez, you're a kicker. This is your job. And you don't make the chip shot to win the game, possibly. Now, yes, I would have given them the ball, but to win the game? It was a heartbreaking loss. I didn't think it could get more heartbreaking after week 1, but it can. I'm just hoping I can't do week 3. My heart, my blood pressure, I can't do it. The dog pound, they can't do it either. Cleveland, they still should be excited, but it's rough. Going over to the NFC West, aka the Rams division, all I really have to say is Cardinals look bad. Rams, they look as great as we thought they would be. Through 2 weeks, great home win. Shout out to the Rams. Let's take a trip up to the Bay. Lions taking on the 49ers. Rumblings came out this week. The players are not too fond of Matt Patricia, that he's trying to run this Bill Belichick regime. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever is going on with the Lions, they are not playing well. They're not playing well, and it looks like they're just going through the motions, which could be a sign that you're losing or have lost the locker room. I'm not really sure about all that, but something needs to give because there's too much talent on that offense for them to look as bad as they have these past 2 weeks. On the 49ers side of the ball, I have not been overly impressed with Jimmy G. 18 of 26, I think he got a little over 200 yards. Not really impressive for the amount of money they paid him. I still believe in Jimmy. I'm not ready to jump off. I will give credit to Matt Breida. He had a great game. I think he had 138 yards on 11 carries, which is really, really good. So shout out to them. I'm glad they have a good back in that system. So the 49ers, they're still figuring things out. You know, we were not going to get through hot takes without me talking about the matchup of the week. Jags versus the Patriots. Down goes Frazier. The Patriots, welcome to Duval. I thought there was only one Swaggy B up in Cleveland. No, there's a Swaggy B down in Duval. And the catch of all catches, fingertips. Keelan Cole, shout out to you. That was, woo. We just have a moment of silence. I'm not going to make this all about the Jaguars. Brady was solid. Gronk, okay, 2 catches for 15 yards. We knew that was going to be a big target, so the Jaguars defense minimized that. But the Jaguars offense, they got an offense, y'all. Bring it back to the Patriots. To me, the AFC is wide open. The NFC is a little bit more clear-cut who's at the top. The AFC, to me, the Patriots had a stronghold on that conference forever. Now, I think it's anybody's game. Let's go out west. Raiders taking on the Broncos. Broncos went back to the formula that made them so elite for so long. Great, solid back, good, strong defense on 3 phases. Check, check, check. I really like this Broncos team. I love a great defense. That's what they have. To me, that defense has been a little suspect these last couple years, but they are getting back to what made them so good. Raiders, I'm telling you, this Gruden experiment, it's going to take some time. I think when it's all said and done, it is going to work out mostly in the Raiders' favor, but it's going to take some time. This year, I just don't see it the way that this division is set up, especially with Kansas City and Denver looking so good. Rounding things off with the Sunday night game, Giants taking on the Cowboys, going up to Jerry World. Eli, I just can't get Eli's poor face out of my head. He was under distress all night, 6 sacks. Are the Cowboys' defense that good, or is the line that bad? I think it's both, but I'm leaning towards the line just not being that good. Even Saquon, his production numbers weren't that great, and you can be the greatest back, but if you don't have somebody that can create the holes and the lanes for you to run, You're not going to be that great. Cowboys, what did I say? Play action, feed Zeke, let Dak go back there, and don't force him into being this pure pocket passer. That's just not his game right now. I thought they did a much better job utilizing different things within the offense. Yes, they won their game, and yes, it was a win in the division, but I still do not see them as a real threat to make a push. It's still early, but I just don't see it right now. Yay, we made it through week 2 of Ashley's Hot Takes. The Monday night game is still going to be played tonight. I might do an IG live to talk about that and some of the other games. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye.